Hello students, in this session we will discuss direct and bending stresses in a dam structures. So we will start with the steps to calculate maximum and minimum stresses at the base of the dam, and then we will discuss stability conditions for the dam structure. After that we will solve a numerical. So here is the cross section of the dam structure. Area between point A, B, C, D represent dam structure. Capital A is the heel of the dam and capital B is toe of the dam. Small a represents top width of the dam and small b represent bottom width of the dam. Total height of the dam is represented by capital H and small h is the depth of water or height of the water. Capital P is total water pressure acting on the dam and capital W is weight of the dam. Capital R is resultant of P and W. So let's discuss steps that we need to follow for calculating maximum and minimum stresses at the base of the dam. So there are total 4 steps to calculate maximum and minimum stresses at base of the dam. Here is the step number 1. In step number 1, we will calculate total water pressure on the dam, which is capital P. So, total water pressure on the dam is equal to area of water pressure diagram. So, here you can see that this triangle represents water pressure diagram. Base of this triangle is W into H and height of this triangle is small h. So, area of water pressure diagram, which is triangle in a shape, is equal to 1/2 base into height. So, we can say that it is equal to 1/2 W into H, which is base, into H, which is height. So, we can say that P is equal to 1/2 WH square, where W is density of water. We know that density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. Here I am converting kilogram per meter cube into kilonewton per meter cube. So I am taking W is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Now here is step number 2. In step number 2 we will calculate weight of the dam W. W is equal to cross section area of the dam into density of dam material. So, cross-section area of this dam structure is equal to A plus B into H by 2. And rho is the density of dam material. So, we can say that W is equal to A plus B into H by 2 into rho, where rho is density of dam material in kilonewton per meter cube. Now, in step number 3, we will calculate eccentricity small e. Here you can see that this is the eccentricity. Okay, eccentricity is the eccentricity of resultant from x bar. Okay, and for calculating eccentricity, first of all we need to calculate distance jk, where j is the point where W cuts base of the dam and k is the point where resultant cuts base of the dam. So, distance jk is equal to P by W into H by 3. Okay, so this is the equation that we will use to calculate jk. Now, we also need to calculate distance aj. And distance aj can be calculated using this equation. This is a square plus ab plus b square upon 3 in bracket a plus b. Here, A is the heel of the dam and J is the point where W cuts base of the dam. Okay, so now we have distance AJ and JK. So we can easily calculate this width small d. So small d is equal to AJ plus JK. Now for calculating eccentricity E, we need to deduct x bar, which is b by 2, from d. So here is the equation to calculate eccentricity. So eccentricity E is equal to d minus b by 2. Okay. Now let's move to last step of our numerical, in which we will calculate sigma maximum and sigma minimum. So here is the equation to calculate sigma maximum. So sigma maximum is equal to W by B in bracket 1 plus 6E upon B. And sigma minimum is equal to W by B in bracket 1 minus 6E by B. Okay, so we need to remember all these equations to calculate our numerical. Okay, now let's discuss stability conditions for the dam. So we will start with the first condition, which is no tension at the base. Okay, and we know that for the no tension at the base, sigma minimum should be either greater than or equal to 0. Now sigma minimum is what? Sigma minimum is W by B in bracket 1 minus 6E by B. It should be greater than or equal to 0. So we can say that 1 minus 6E by B should be greater or equal to 0. In other words, we can say that 6E by B should be less than or equal to 1. So eccentricity E should be less than or equal to B by 6. In other words, we can say that eccentricity should be less than bottom width of the dam by 6. This rule is also known as middle third rule. Okay. Now let's move to our next stability condition, which is no overturning condition. Okay, so we should design a dam, or the dam structure should be safe against overturning. Okay, and for that, resisting moment should be greater than overturning moment. So resisting moment is W into JB and overturning moment is W into JK. So we can say that distance JB should be greater than distance JK for the dam structures to be safe against overturning. Okay, if we consider factor of safety against overturning, then factor of safety is equal to resisting moment upon overturning moment, which should be greater than 1.5. Okay, now let's move to our next stability condition, which is no sliding. Okay, so we know that the dam structures always supports water behind it, so there is possibility of sliding. And for the no sliding condition, total frictional force at the base of the dam, which is mu into W, should be greater than total water pressure P. Okay, so we can say that mu into W upon P should be greater than 1.5. Here I am considering factor of safety. Okay, here mu is coefficient of friction between dam and soil. Okay, now let's move to our next condition, and in this condition is no crushing at the base. Okay, so there must not be crushing at the base, and for that we should ensure that sigma maximum should be less than safe bearing capacity of the soil. So these are the stability conditions that we need to check okay, for calculating our numericals. Now let's solve a numerical. Okay, so let's read data first. So here a masonry dam 6 meter high. Here height of the dam capital H is 6 meter. 1 meter top width. So small a is equal to 1 meter. Base width is 4 meter. Small b is equal to 4 meter. It retains water on its vertical face for its height. It means small h is equal to capital H, which is 6 meter. Determine stress that developed at its base and check the section for its stability. So here we need to calculate sigma maximum, sigma minimum, and we need to calculate all 4 checks for the safety. Now assume density of masonry to be 24 kilonewton per meter cube. So here value of rho is given, which is 24 kilonewton per meter cube. Now safe bearing capacity of the soil is 150 kilonewton per meter cube. So SBC is also given, it is 150 kilonewton per meter cube. and the coefficient of the friction between masonry and foundation bed is 0.3. So value of mu is also given, which is 0.3. Okay. Now let's start with solving numerical. So here these are the given data. Okay. Now let's start with step number 1. In step number 1, we will calculate total water pressure on the dam, which is equal to 1/2 W H square. Here W is equal to 10, H is 6 meter, so H square is 6 raised to 2 by 2. So I am getting P, total water pressure, is equal to 180 kilonewton. Now let's calculate step number 2. In step number 2, we will calculate weight of the dam capital W, which is equal to A plus B into H by 2 into rho. Value of small a is 1 meter, B is 4 meter, height of the dam is 6 meter by 2 into density of dam material, which is given 24 kilonewton per meter cube. So I am getting capital W is equal to 360 kilonewton. Now in step number 3, we will calculate eccentricity. And for calculate eccentricity, first of all, we need to calculate Jk. Jk is equal to P by W into H by 3. Where P, as we calculated, it is 180 kilonewton. W, we also calculated, it is 360 kilonewton. Height of the water is 6 meter by 3. So I am getting distance Jk is equal to 1 meter. Now let's calculate Aj, and here is the equation to calculate Aj, which is equal to A square plus AB plus B square upon 3 in bracket A plus B. I am putting A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 4 in this equation, so I am getting Aj is equal to 1.4 meter. Now total D means small d is equal to, small d is a distance between point A to K, which is equal to Aj plus Jk. So Aj as we calculated 1.4 and Jk as we calculated 1, I am getting small d is equal to 2.4 meter. Now E, eccentricity, is equal to d minus b by 2. So d is equal to 2.4 meter and b by 2 is 4 by 2. So I am getting answer 0.4 meter. Here eccentricity E is equal to 0.4 meter. Now let's move to step number 4. In step number 4, we will calculate sigma maximum and sigma minimum. So equation to calculate sigma maximum is equal to W by B in bracket 1 plus 6E by B. Here W, as we calculated, it is 360 kilonewton. Width of the base means bottom width of the dam is 4 meter into 1 plus 6 into E. Eccentricity we calculated 0.4 and again B is 4 meter. So I am getting sigma maximum is equal to 144 kilonewton per meter square. So again I am getting value positive. It means sigma maximum is compressive stress at the top. Now let's calculate sigma minimum, and here is the equation to calculate sigma minimum. Sigma minimum is equal to W by B in bracket 1 minus 6E upon B. So I am putting W is equal to 360, B is equal to 4, E is equal to 0.4. So I am getting sigma minimum is equal to 36 kilonewton in per meter square. Okay, here I am getting sigma minimum positive. It means the stresses developed are compressive in nature. So we are getting sigma minimum at hill of the dam. Okay, now we also need to calculate or determine stability of the dam, and for that we need to carry out 4 checks. So let's start with first stability check. So we will first carry out check for the no tension condition. So as we discussed earlier, for no tension condition at the base, eccentricity should be less than B by 6. Here value of B is 4 meter and eccentricity is 0.4 meter. So I am putting over here, I am getting 0.4 is less than 0.667. Okay, here B by 6 is what? 0.667, and eccentricity as we calculated, it is 0.4 meter. So in a dam structure, there will be no tension at the base. Okay, now let's check for overturning. And for overturning, first of all, we need to calculate overturning moment, which is equal to W into Jk, which is equal to P into H by 3. Value of P as we calculated, it is 180. H is height of water 6 meters, so I am getting overturning moment is equal to 360 kilonewton into meter. Now we also need to calculate resisting moment, which is equal to W into JB. W as we calculated, it is 360 and JB is equal to 4 minus 1.4. So it is equal to 936 kilonewton into meter. So for no overturning, okay, factor of safety against overturning is equal to resisting moment upon overturning moment. So resisting moment as we calculated 936 and overturning moment is 360, which is equal to 2.4. Here we are getting 2.6, which is greater than 1.5. That's why the dam structure is safe against overturning. Now let's check for the no sliding condition. So sliding force P is equal to 180 kilonewton as we calculated, and resisting force is nothing but the mu into W. So value of mu is already given in the data, which is 0.3, and W as we calculated, it is 360. So I am getting resisting force is equal to 108 kilonewton. Now factor of safety is equal to resisting force upon sliding force. Resisting force is 108 kilonewton and sliding force is 180 kilonewton. So I am getting value is equal to 0.6, which is less than 1.5. So we can say that our dam structure is not safe against sliding. Okay. Now let's check for our last condition, which is no crushing at the base. For no crushing at the base, sigma maximum should be less than safe bearing capacity of the soil. Sigma maximum as we calculated, it is 144 kilonewton per meter square, and safe bearing capacity of the soil, which is given in the data, it is 155 kilonewton per meter square. So 144 is less than 155, so we can say that there will be no crushing at the base of the dam. Okay, this is end of the session. Thank you.